What's going on, guys? My name is Kinny on YouTube. I go by Kinny Games. Today, I've got a coin making method for you guys. That's a pretty good one. It's pretty easy. Gonna make you a lot of coins. Let's get into it. Stop wasting your hard-earned money gambling on packs. Check out my sponsor MMOEXP to buy the absolute cheapest, most reliable MUT coins, and use my code Kinny for 5% off your order. All right, boys, starting off, there's a couple steps to this method, but overall, in the end, we should make a good chunk of coins. So the first thing we're going to be doing is going into our archived in the sets here, go to most feared, go to scary sharp, and we're going to be building our 92 overall Russell Wilson. If you guys didn't pay attention to the team of the year reveals this morning, revealed a team of the year Russell Wilson, which means power up. And this 92 overall card is going to go up in price, but a lot of people are too dumb. They don't realize that there is a set for this, so they're going to go and spend way too many coins on the actual card itself and the power up, but we're going to actually be able to create this for very cheap. You see, we need an 87 and 85, and then these two most feared 90 overall cards. Now, the first thing I recommend you do is clear out your binder junk, and that's what I'm going to do. If you want, you could pull like 20 to 30K in gap packs. That's a good way to get some binder junk to do this, but essentially you just kind of want to exchange these up into the 79 to 83. And then you take the 83s and you exchange them up into the 85 to 87s. Then you take those cards and you exchange them up into a 90 overall scary sharp hero. The more you can get from these scary sharp heroes, the better. The more binder junk you have, obviously the more coins that's going to save you. And then essentially we're going to be getting these cards. So right now about 68,000 for Adam Thielen, and then who is this, Lavonte David, I think it is going for about 60,000. So that would be 120K, and you can just buy them outright and you'll still be good to go on this. You'll still, be in a pretty good situation. So then 18,000 for the 87 and the 85 for about 9,000. I'm actually just going to buy this card right now because that's a pretty good price for it. So we've already spent about 9,500. Now we got to go back and do the rest of these cards. So I'm going to go through, exchange these up, and then once I've exchanged all of them up, I'll be back in a second. Obviously, when I say exchange up, I mean take your player exchanges, go through the 69 to 66 to 69 exchange, 70 to 74 exchange, and then 75 to 79 gold exchange, and then get all the way up to your highest overall gold cards and then exchange those up in the set that I was just showing you. I have a video on how to link your Twitch account so that you can get free Twitch drops. That's kind of the best way to accumulate binder junk throughout time, but I was able to exchange up and get 12 of these cards. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to pull all these, and hopefully we can draw some 83s. That's kind of the goal here, but essentially you just kind of want to go through and pull them as quickly as possible, get through all 12 of them. And the more 83s and 81s you pull, the better. 79s, okay, you'll need a couple of them, which is good to have, but you don't need a ton of them. So pretty much just go through as quickly as possible. And I'll see you guys when all 12 of these are pulled. So I pulled a decent amount of the cards that we'll need. As you see, 1, 2, 3, 4 83s, and then a few 81s, some 79s, which will still help us out. Of course, this is always a bonus. You might not have a bunch of binder junk, but if you do, make sure you're using those to help you out with this set. So then you want to go back to your archive sets, back to the most feared, back to this 85 to 87 scary sharp player, and you're just going to exchange up the 83s that you have. So I'll take 2 that I have. The 81s, I'll take 2 that I have, and then the 79s, I'll take 2 that I have, and then we're going to exchange those up for an 85 to 87. This is obviously going to save us coins. Hopefully we can pull an 87. Really want to pull an 87. We pull an 85. It's not terrible, it's not great, but we're just going to do it one more time here. So I'm going to go ahead and go through this, and then I'm going to put 2 79s in there. I'm going to put 2 83s that I have left in there, and then I'm going to have to buy 2 of the 81s, which is fine. They're pretty cheap, 2,900, 3,000 coins. So we'll add that to the total of what we've spent so far, and then just another one for 3K. Again, these are cheap, so it's not that big a deal. 6K on this one. Again, hopefully we can pull an 87 here, and that will really, really help us as far as, actually completing the set. So fingers crossed, we want to be able to pull an 87. If we pull an 85, still not the end of the world. We'll be able to do this set multiple times, be able to make coins. Again, we pull an 85, which kind of stinks, but that's the world. So 90 overall, we want to exchange these up. So I'm going to put both of the 85s that we have in there. Again, I had already bought one before, but we ended up just using one from the set that we have. Now we need to buy 2 87s. So I'm going to buy this one for 15K, and then I'm going to buy the other one for what looks like 16K, 16.5. That's about another 30K that we've spent, and we're going to be able to have one of these 90 overall cards much cheaper than we originally would have purchased it for. So pretty much the goal here is to build one of these 90 overall cards cards. Of course, I'm just going to get Adam Thielen. He's the more expensive one, I believe. So we're going to go with Adam Thielen. I'm actually just going to buy Lavonte David right now since there's one up for 40K, which is, oh, darn it, I missed it. So we'll buy this one for 49. I missed the one for 40K. You can get these pretty cheap. People put them up for pretty dumb cheap. So we'll buy that one for 41K or 49K, and then I'll go back and I'll open up the Adam Thielen from that pack. Here we go, our 90 overall Scary Sharp fantasy pack. We'll take Adam Thielen. Just take whatever is the more expensive one. That's essentially what you want to do here. So now Scary Sharp Russell Wilson. We're going to put Adam Thielen into the set, and then we're going to put Lavonte David into the set, and then we're going to put one of our 85s that we bought into the set or that you exchanged up, and then we're going to put our 87 that we're going to have to buy here for 18,000. You have more binder junk, always do the exchanging up. And now we are greeted with Russell Wilson. Once we complete the set here and include our last 87 into it, we'll be given this 92 overall Russell Wilson set, which is really helpful because not only do we get Russ and his power up, which we can sell, but we also get these cards back as Nat cards. So now that we have 290 overall Nat cards, we got to think to ourselves, what's the best use of these Nat cards? That's part 2. Let's get into that now. So if we go into our NFL playoff set, that's right, we're going to be building one of our NFL playoff cards. So this 89 to 90 overalls, I'm going to include the 2 Nat cards that we had, made from the set before. We'll include that in this. Those are 2 Nat cards that we're putting to good use. Now we need one more 89 to 90. We need a few 87 to 88s, and then we need a few 85 to 86s. Before we do that, guys, always check if you have Nat cards that you're not using. For example, from Team of the Week, I have this, and from one of the playoff or solo challenges, I have this. So if you haven't done those solos, make sure you're getting the free Nat cards from it. I'm able to add these cards to the set since they're Nat cards and we don't have any other uses for them, which actually takes down the number of those cards that I need. Same for the 85 to 86s. If you have any Nat cards that you're not using, here we have a Jalen Smith that I haven't used for anything. So I'm going to go ahead and add him to this set as well. Obviously, we do have Nick Foles, but I use him as a backup on the Bears theme team. So I'm going to go ahead and add Jalen Smith to the mix there. And then now we need less of these cards to even build the set, which will bring our overhead cost down even lower. And we can make more coins from it, putting our Nat cards to good use. So now let's hop over to the auction block. We're going to snipe these cards. So first off, for the 89s, they're going for about 24,000. That's for the unfiltered cards. So if we just filter this down by position, and we're just looking for the cheapest 89 here, Josh Allen for 20,000 coins, we'll go ahead and buy that card. You can go through positions, QB, halfback, wide receiver, tight end, until you find the cheapest 89s you can find. We only needed 1, so we're good to go there. Now I need 3 87 overall cards. We're gonna see that 87s are going for about 13,000 coins. That's for the unfiltered, of course. So we'll just filter down again by position to try to find the cheapest 87s that we can find. Here we go, about 10,900 for that. I try to like to find them for about 10,000 coins. You can usually find them for about 10,000 or less depending on when you're making them, but it's essentially just up to you to filter down by a few positions: quarterback, halfback, wide receiver, tight end. Those are all good ones to filter down by. Just try to find the cheapest cards that you can. We only need 3 more of these, so I'm going to go ahead and buy the Steve McNair for 10.9. Sure, that works for me. So that's another 11,000 coins spent. I'm going to buy 2 more of these cards and I will be back in a second. And our last one will be Justin Reid here for 10,600 coins. So if you're just a little patient with it, you can snipe these cards relatively cheap. And by a little patient, I mean very, very little patient. Maybe like 2 or 3 minutes to snipe those cards. It goes really quickly. Now I need 6 more of the 85 overalls. Again, these 85s, just going to check the price here, are going for about 8,500 coins. Really cheap right now, which is awesome because the market's down. So we're going to take advantage of that. Again, guys, just sort by positions, the same typical positions that you normally sort by. I also like to go by campus heroes, which is pretty good, and just pick off some of these cards when you're looking to buy them. Really anything around 7,000 7,500 coins is a steal. I'm going to buy 6 of these and we'll be back right after. And yeah, definitely sorting by campus heroes is the best here. We've got a ton of Vince Youngs. They're super cheap. Is there other filters that I could probably find that's cheaper if I were to go more through positions? Probably, but I'm going for speed here. So as long as they're under 8,000 coins, that's fine by me. We're definitely still going to make a lot of coins from this because of the fact that we were able to use up all of our binder junk, etc. So we're good to go there. And of course, classic EA. All right, that was our last purchase there. We spent 7,000 on 2 of them and then like 7,500 on the last one. So generally we got some pretty good rates, some pretty good deals. Now, of course, we're going to go and complete that set. Now, some of the players that you're going to want to pick here, of course, you're always going to want to check the auction block to see what players are going for, who's going for the most expensive. Another great way to do it is to check Muthead and see what Muthead says is the most expensive players. That's what I did for this one when I went through it. So I'm going to add our Josh Allen that we bought. I'm going to go through and add our 87 to 88s. And let's see, we had a Chris Cooley, we had a Justin Reid, and a Steve McNair that we're going to add. And then we had 6 85 to 86s that we just bought the Campus Heroes because, of course, those are the best deals that you can find right now. And it looks like I might have even bought... No, I actually bought the right amount. Sometimes I buy too many when I do these. Just make sure you're keeping track. Pretty much just go through these cards and check Muthead to see what the prices are. Check the auction block to see who's going for the most. At the time of recording this video, it looks like Matthew Judon is one of the more expensive players. So we're going to end up picking up Matthew Judon. But of course, it's up to y'all to check the prices, see who's going for the most. It might change based on the day. It might change based on who gets new cards in the game and when they do. I'm going to select Matthew Judon for the purposes of this video. Now we have a bunch of new cards that we get to go and sell. Of course, we spent a decent amount of coins, but it's time to go in and hopefully make a little bit of profit on this. So first off, we have Russell Wilson. His power up is going for about 4,000 coins. And then his 92 overall card is going for about 160. I've seen it go for 170, 180, bounce around between like 160, 170, 180. So we'll say he's going for 160. And then of course we have Matthew Judon, and his card is going for about 190-ish. I've also seen him sell easily for 200K. So 200K plus the 160 that Russell Wilson is currently going for, plus the 4K for his power up, leaving us with a total of 364,000 coins after tax, about 330,000 coins, which will give us a great profit. Of course, I did have a lot of binder junk that I used. You can always pull a bunch of gap packs. That's the best way to accumulate binder junk, as well as make sure your Twitch is linked for Twitch drops, and then check out the Madden Live and Good Morning Madden streams, and also the competitive streams that they're doing each week that you can make sure you're getting your Twitch drops, which is a good way to save it up. Take advantage of these sets while Russell Wilson's price is up. Also can look at Quentin Nelson creating his 90 overall card. His card is currently going for a lot of coins, but that's pretty much it for us. I'm going to get off this video and go sell these cards. If you guys enjoyed this video or found it helpful, consider leaving a like rating on it. Subscribe to the channel for more Madden 21 content. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, thanks for stopping by.